It feels like everywhere you turn, people are talking about hair fall. From your friends to social media, it's a huge topic. So if you've been feeling a little worried about seeing extra hair in your brush, I promise, you are not alone. Today, we're going to put on our detective hats and get to the bottom of this modern hair mystery.
So this is the big question, right? If you've been feeling anxious about this, you are definitely in good company. Let's really start piecing together the clues and figure out what's actually going on here.
Okay, first things first, every good investigation needs a solid baseline of evidence. And believe it or not, it's totally normal to lose somewhere between 50 and 100 hairs every single day. That's just part of your hair's natural rhythm. The real cause for concern, the stuff we're looking for, is when you start seeing big clumps in the shower drain, maybe your part line's looking a little wider, or you're noticing actual thinning patches. That's our cue to dig a little deeper.
So, to really get why our hair falls out, we first have to understand how it grows. It's a pretty simple three-step cycle. First is the anagen phase, that's the growth stage, and where most of your hair is right now. Then comes catagen, which is just a short transition. And finally, we hit the telogen phase, where the hair rests and then eventually sheds. Now, understanding this is absolutely crucial because, as we're about to see, almost all the modern culprits behind hair loss work by messing up this exact cycle.
All right, let's get into it. Our investigation is going to kick off by looking at the world around us. We're zoning in on the prime external suspects, the high-stress, fast-paced, and, let's be honest, often polluted environment of our modern lives.
Suspect number one, and it's a big one, is stress. See, when you're stressed, your body pumps out a hormone called cortisol. Now, a little bit is fine, but chronic stress means you're getting a constant flood of the stuff. This can, and I mean this literally, shock your hair follicles. It prematurely shoves them from that active growing phase, anagen, straight into the shedding phase, telogen. And the result? Well, it's more hair falling out than usual.
Have you ever noticed you shed a lot more a couple of months after being really sick? That's a real thing. It's the post-illness effect. When your body's fighting a high fever, a major illness like COVID, or recovering from surgery, it basically goes into survival mode. It reroutes all its energy to healing and puts non-essential projects like growing hair on the back burner. Then, like clockwork, 2 to 3 months later, you see the result of that shutdown.
And this is a perfect example of how it's almost never just one thing, right? It all adds up. From poor sleep that messes with your body's repair cycles, to air pollution causing inflammation, and even the minerals in the hard water from your shower, it's a cumulative effect. All these external factors are piling on.
So, we've looked at the suspects on the outside. Now, our investigation is going to turn inward. Let's take a look at the internal evidence, what we eat or what we don't eat.
I want you to think of your hair like you're building a house. You just can't build a strong house without the right materials. It's the same for your hair. It's mostly made of protein, but it needs a whole construction crew of nutrients to stay strong. If you're running low on key players like iron, vitamin D, B12, or zinc, well, the whole structure starts to weaken, and that leads directly to breakage and more shedding.
And what's super useful about this is that you can use it as a little personal check-in. Like, just take a second here. Do any of these sound familiar? If you're constantly tired and your nails are brittle, that could be a clue for low iron. General weakness, or maybe a weird tingling feeling, could be a B12 issue. These are clues your body sends you that go way beyond just your hair.
All right, our final set of clues, and these can be the trickiest ones because they're often hiding in plain sight. We're talking about the common mistakes and habits we do every single day without even realizing the damage they're causing over time. This is a classic, right? Especially for anyone who commutes on a two-wheeler. There's this constant worry that the helmet itself is the bad guy. But let's look at the actual evidence.
So here's the deal. The helmet itself isn't the problem. Think of it more like an accessory to the crime. The real culprit is the environment it creates, a warm, sweaty scalp. That can lead to things like fungal growth, dandruff, and inflammation, which then weakens the hair follicles. The solution isn't to ditch the helmet, obviously, but to make sure you keep your scalp super clean and dry.
Okay, next suspect on the list are styling products. The gels, the waxes, the sprays we all use to get that perfect look. Could they be secretly making things worse?
And yeah, the answer here is a definite fact. The problem isn't using the product, it's leaving it in. When that stuff isn't washed out properly before bed, it builds up, clogs your hair follicles, basically suffocates the root. That can lead to inflammation, breakage, and yes, hair fall. The bottom line is super simple. Style all you want, but never, ever skip washing it all out before you go to sleep.
I mean, who doesn't love a quick ponytail or a sleek bun? It's the go-to style for so many of us, for the gym, for work, for just getting hair out of our face. But could this super convenient style actually be causing harm?
But yeah, unfortunately, it can be a problem. It even has a clinical name, traction alopecia. Think of traction as just that, a constant, steady pull on your hair follicles. Day after day, that physical stress can cause inflammation and even permanent damage to the follicle, which leads to thinning, especially around your hairline. It is a classic case of a seemingly harmless habit causing long-term damage.
All right, we've looked at all the evidence, and the investigation is pretty much complete. The verdict is clear. Modern hair fall isn't caused by a single villain. Nope, it's a combination of stress, diet, our environment, and our own habits. But here's the really good news. Now that we've identified the culprits, we can create a killer action plan to fight back.
So here's a super simple but really powerful routine you can literally start tonight. In the morning, be gentle when you detangle. Always start from the ends and work your way up. During the day, give your hair a break from those super tight styles. At night, take 5 minutes for a gentle scalp massage to get that blood flowing. And finally, never ever sleep with your hair wet or tied up tightly.
Okay, now this is your high-value takeaway. Seriously, screenshot this slide. Think of it as a 30-day challenge to systematically tackle those root causes. Week 1, you just focus on nutrition. Week 2, you bring in some stress management. Week 3 is all about taking care of your scalp. And in week 4, you consciously pick one bad hair habit and break it. It's a totally manageable plan that can get you real results.
And to help you crush week 1, think of this as your new shopping list. You can fuel your hair from the inside out with these amazing foods. And hey, notice how many of these are probably already staples in a balanced Indian diet. Spinach for iron, eggs and paneer for protein, nuts and seeds for that all-important zinc. It's all about feeding your follicles what they need.
Look, this action plan is fantastic for all that lifestyle-related stuff we talked about, but it's also really, really important to know when a situation has moved beyond home care and you might need to call in a professional. So if you see any of these red flags, please don't just wait it out. Sudden, really rapid hair loss or hair falling out in distinct patches, or if your scalp is constantly itchy, painful, or red, these are signs that something more serious could be going on. That's when it's time to book an appointment with a doctor or a dermatologist to see if there's an underlying condition. And that's the thought we want to leave you with. Your hair is often one of the first and most visible signals your body sends out about what's going on inside. So by paying attention to your hair, you're not just caring for your appearance, you're actually listening to your body. So take a moment and ask yourself, what is your hair trying to tell you?